Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we are going to film a day in the life of a Disneyland vlogger, a video that you all have been requesting. You want to see what I do day to day? How do I film videos here at Disneyland? And man, what do I do when I'm at home? Well, to answer that question, we're actually going to have to go home, so let's get going. And the video creation process begins right here in my office. Yeah, I'm talking about the living room couch. One of the best things about working from home is that I can work, well, from home in comfort. And I do have an office desk, and I do use it from time to time, but for the most part, you know, if I'm home alone or whatever, I do like to just hang out here, down in the living room, on the couch. Sometimes Amy's around. Say hi, Amy. And so this is where, like I said, the video creation process begins. Long before I ever step foot into a theme park, I have to come up with what the video idea is going to be about. I don't just show up, turn on the camera, and bam, a fully formed video pops out of nowhere. I've got to have an idea, I've got to have a plan. A lot of times, research is involved as well. And sometimes the video creation process begins right here on YouTube Studios. So a recent community post a couple of weeks ago maybe was I asked you guys to list out your worst, actually it's just 3 weeks ago, your worst rides at Disneyland. And you guys gave me a full long list of the top 5 worst rides at Disneyland. And I am going to try to film that this coming Tuesday. So today or tomorrow, today being a Sunday, by the way, so sometimes I do have to work on Sundays, I'm going to have to go through all of these comments, and I'm going to have to rank them and arrange them using my point system that we used for the best rides video. And so there are a lot of comments here. There's like 200 comments. It's going to take me a couple of hours to go through all of these comments. And this is the prep work that I need to do long before I even step foot into a theme park. If I am filming a construction update, I actually start on Disneyland's website. And so what we'll do is we want to go to their hours and events calendar. This is their refurb calendar. Actually, let me show you how to get there. I pre-planned it just to make it so that there wasn't a whole lot of downtime here in this video, but I want to show you because you guys always ask. So here we're on the Disneyland website. Up at Tickets and Parks, if I select See All Hours and Events Calendar, and then this pops up, and I can select Disneyland Park, I can select Disney California Adventure Park, but what I need to do is scroll down to the bottom, and there's this Closed for Refurbishment tab. And it will show me everything that is currently closed for refurbishment. And in order to find out when things open and when things close, I have to go day by day. So I just change the date, I scroll down, I see, what's available. A quicker way of doing it is just clicking up at the top here, changing the date. Still have to click the Close for Refurbishment tab, but oh look, Indiana Jones Adventure. We knew that was coming. I told you guys about it. You know, it's popped up here on the list, and then we wait until it disappears. I think it comes back on Saturday the 14th, so here it is still on the 13th, but if I click on the 14th, Saturday the 14th, bam, Indiana Jones is gone. So this is how we know a lot of things are going on. Looks like the monorails come off the list. That is newer. When we did our September construction update, the monorail was still closed the whole time. So the monorail is coming back. And a lot of times things like that happen where I'll have prep work, I'll do all this planning, I'll do all this preparation, I'll make a video, and then Disney throws it out the window anyway. Like whenever they opened Winnie the Pooh, because when we did that video, Winnie the Pooh was closed here as well. But it's not just that. Sometimes I also need to figure out how to get video ideas. So I'll turn to YouTube and I'll go to other big Disney channels that don't have a whole lot of overlap with me. So for instance, we've got DFB Guide. They do some Disneyland stuff, but most of the time they're just over in Walt Disney World. So what I do is I come here and I just look at their popular videos. I don't care about their newest videos. I don't care about their oldest videos. I want to see their most popular ones. We're talking about the ones that, this one here generates 3.5 million views, 3 million views, 2.7 million views. Now they have 1 million subscribers, and so I'm not going to generate that amount of views. But what I can garner from this, and I have a tool called vidIQ plugged into my my browser. And so you see this 44 times, this 38 times. This tells me these videos performed 38 times better than their usual videos. This one performed 33 times better than their usual videos. So what this does is it gives me an idea as to what videos are actually doing really well for them, and I can say, you know, hey, this might be a good idea for a video for me. 8 things that people do in Disneyland, so I substitute that out, that make absolutely 0 sense. And I do tend to try not to watch these videos. I just get the like title ideas for them because I want to create my own list of things that I think people do that make absolutely 0 sense, and then make a video off of that. I don't want to copy them. I just want to take their idea and then spin it my own way. And so that's what I'll tend to do. I'll you know, go through other YouTube channels. I'll take a look at what they did, and we'll come up with some video ideas. I take all these ideas and I add them to my idea file, which is just a note on my laptop. The idea file probably has about 60 to 70 different video ideas on it right now, way more than I could ever get through in a reasonable amount of time. And we're talking like at least, what, like a half a year to a year's worth of content, probably, I guess about a half a year's worth of content on this notepad. And you guys are always giving me new ideas in the comments as well, so feel free to continue to drop video ideas in the comments. One that I'm planning on doing sometime here soon, probably the next time that I go with my family, and Amy doesn't know about this yet, but she's going to learn about it right now. Look, there's Brownie. When did the cat appear? And that is that people want to see the different bathrooms at Disneyland. I can't show you inside the bathrooms, but what we can do is we can walk around the park and we can show you the location of all the bathrooms, and then Amy and I will talk about what we feel like the bathroom is like for the men and for the ladies. There are some bathrooms that are like, no one ever uses this bathroom. This is a quiet bathroom. This is perfect. Other times it's like, you know, this is in a really busy area, but there are tons of stalls, so you'll still have no problem using it. And so, yeah, we're going to do that video because you guys asked for it. And so we take ideas like that, we put them together, and eventually these video ideas, they turn into videos that pop up on the channel. Sometimes not always quickly. In fact, the next portion of this video, which is once we have the idea all done, then we have to go to the park and film it. And I actually filmed the in-park portion of this video like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it just, sometimes other videos take priority. Food videos take priority, construction updates take priority, merchandise updates, and crowd updates. All of these things that are like more time sensitive, they take priority. And so even though I filmed this day in the life video, at least I started it a couple of weeks ago, it didn't come to fruition until just this coming week, because I had other things that were higher priority for you guys here on the channel. And it is the next morning now. It is about 5:45 in the morning, and part of going to Disneyland is getting up there for rope drop and getting that. We live here in San Diego. I mean, even if we didn't go there for rope drop, the fact is during the week, it's a Saturday, so it's not too bad today, but during the weekdays, the morning rush hour traffic is so bad that we have to leave early anyway, or we'll get stuck in even more traffic. So, yeah, we're leaving right now, and we're going to head up 5:45. We'll probably get there about 7:30 or so. That way we can get through security and all that before rope drop. Also, shout out to the Rogalskis for the awesome SoCal Disney Dad sign. I'm not sure if this is going to be the permanent location. This is right by our front door. But they made us this little artwork item. You can't really see it all that well here in this lighting. But anyway, yeah, let's get going. And here's the morning. Yep, still pretty dark. I feel like it's only going to get worse too, because, you know, as the days get shorter. Another thing I often have to do in the morning before I go up to Disney, get gas, because it is 100 miles up and 100 miles back. So, yep, got to fill up here. We generally prefer to fill up at Costco, but Costco's about 15-20 minutes away from us, and so we have to kind of like plan to go there. And of course Costco isn't open 24 hours, so we can't go there right now either. It's usually about 50 cents a gallon cheaper, so we love to go to Costco, but Shell here is kind of like our backup, and so we stop here if we have to. Something else we don't typically put in videos is that we park in the Mickey and Friends parking structure. We're actually over at Pixar Pals, that side of it, because when we arrive this early in the morning, this is just where we end up being. But yeah, parking garage. I also forgot to mention to you, just in case you find it interesting, because this is more of like a behind the scenes, gas is about $4.50 a gallon right by our house. And Costco is like $4, like $3.99, something like that. So yeah, Costco is definitely cheaper. And we're rolling in here to the entrance gates at about 7:55. Just a couple of minutes to spare to rope drop. And we're actually a tad late here this morning. After using the restroom, I can hear the rope drop music going on. You won't be late, excited, 'cause you just can't wait. Anyway, yeah, we're not doing anything here this morning anyway, like rope drop wise. We're actually gonna go eat some food because we're filming a food video. In fact, I'm filming a ton of different videos today. Again, I do that every time I come up here. I film multiple videos. So today's agenda is gonna be filming a food video. I'm gonna be filming a construction update, 2 crowd updates, one for Disneyland, one for Disney California Adventure, and then of course I'm filming this video, the behind the scenes video. So I'm filming a total of 5 videos here today, and yeah, it's gonna be a long day. It's a Saturday. I'm gonna be filming most of the day. Amy and the kids, typically when I do this, they go out and they do other things when I'm filming because they don't want to follow me around. So they go ride rides, they have some fun. So whenever I'm going to film, I always look for a good place that I can stand. And I was just filming in front of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln here, and I'm actually a couple of minutes ago, there was like a constant stream of traffic coming in here. So it's like, where do I position myself so that I'm not in people's way? And there was hardly anybody like right over here, so I just camped right here. There were people walking back and forth occasionally that way, but I'll look for a spot that's relatively open like this, and so that I'm not getting in people's way, and then I'll stop and I'll film whatever I need to. And I usually also grab B-roll. And what is B-roll? Well, you're seeing it on your screen right now. This is B-roll. I'm still talking. I have not ended the initial video that I had been filming, but we grabbed some other clips that I put in place of it in order to mask maybe people walking across the path, that sort of thing. And here I am now standing in this spot. And again, see how there's nobody behind me? Maybe somebody walks by occasionally, but if somebody stops like right here, that's when I'd put B-roll, or sometimes I'll just end the footage and then I'll restart it and we'll pick up again. I really try to avoid having people in the shot. And that's mostly just because I am hyper aware of my surroundings when I'm filming. I do not want to be one of those vloggers or streamers that everybody talks about online as, oh, they were in my face, or they were filming next to me and they were filming in line or whatever like that. I don't mind passing people like we are right now, but if somebody were to walk up behind me, like basically walking right behind me, and they're in the whole shot as I'm walking up Main Street here, I would probably stop, let them pass, and re-pick it back up again, because again, I'm just trying to be mindful of my surroundings as I'm filming. And of course, even though I had almost nobody behind me there, I do have a lot of people in front of me, so I'm also keeping that in mind as well. So I keep a respectable distance away from other families so that I'm not like talking in their ears either. Prime example right here. Okay, so I was just filming my intro. You just watched it. While I was filming it, this happened. Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're gonna do a day in the life of a... Did you see how those people were walking towards me? There was like literally no space between me and this walkway. I just ran into some friends, Jack and Evelyn, who wanted to say hi to you guys. So thank you for saying hi to me and for waving hi to our viewers. Perfect example. In fact, it was one of our viewers. So great to meet you. Thank you for saying hello. But yeah. Oh, and my family has joined now. They were on Matterhorn a minute ago, so they're gonna fill in the little hole for me here, so that we don't have that happen again. But anyhow, yeah, I'm filming the update. Sometimes people will walk towards, and I gotta end the video and restart. I really don't mind it. It's not frustrating to me at all. I make my own mistakes, to be honest with you. I get tongue-tied and twisted up with words, and I'll stop it, and then I'll start over again. That's why I tell you guys all the time, if you see me filming in the parks, please come say hello. I really don't mind if I'm filming. I'll stop, I'll turn it off, I'll start over again. It happens all the time. You guys don't really see my mistakes because I edit them out. The beauty and the wonderful power of editing. But mistakes happen a lot with me. And so yeah, no problem whatsoever doing it again. Sometimes with intros, I take like 4 or 5 takes. Sometimes the little, let's see, right over here, see the horse-drawn carriage goes by, and it'll go ding ding, or there will be another type of vehicle that honks, and if that's in the video, I usually end it and start over again.
Or rolling trash cans.
Rolling trash cans are the bane of my existence. Finding a place to film in front of the castle is actually quite a difficult thing to do, simply because of how many people are coming through here. I usually don't, go in that area. I usually avoid over there. I usually pick the extremities. Again, right here next to a trash can. This is one of my popular filming spots for the castle, simply because there are very few people that tend to go through here. Most people are going to walk that way and to go up through the castle. The other spot that I like to film for in front of the castle is actually over there in front of those benches. That's another good spot. And here's what this one looks like. A little bit more people in the way, but still I find that this sidewalk right here doesn't get a whole lot of people. Most people stay in the road there instead of coming up here on the sidewalk. So usually this is a pretty decent place to film as well, where I'm not in people's way. Again, that's my consideration. I don't want people's faces getting in the shots for their sake, less so than mine. Just checking in here with you now, and I'm over at DCA. Been filming a lot of things today, and it's really weird, this aspect of the video. Like, I can show you the day in the life stuff at home, but I'm filming this video, so I'm at the park doing what I normally would do, I guess. What did I do? Just what I told you before. I found a spot that's kind of like out of the way here. There's just a fence, and it's out of the way, and there's no one around me, and it's perfect. And I find a spot at camp. We'll talk for a bit sometimes if we're doing a campy talky type video, which does happen. The videos that I'm filming today, I don't remember if I listed them out earlier, but I'm filming 2 crowd updates, a construction update, a food video, and this day in the life vlog. So 5 videos I am filming here today. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am mostly done. I mean, I've been filming constantly since 8 a.m. So that's, peel back the curtain a little bit. How long do I spend filming in a day? Today, so far, it's been 7 hours of straight filming. I have done very little besides filming the different videos. I still have a little bit more of the food video to go, but that's going to be for dinner in a couple of hours. So I do have 2 hours here where I need to kill some time. I'm going to reconnect up with my family, and I probably will ride a couple of rides. Whenever I don't come up with my family, it's very rare that I ride even a single ride. Unless I'm filming one of those videos like I did a couple of weeks ago with the best rides at Disneyland, and I had to ride all those in a single day. And I'll be filming a worst rides at Disneyland coming up here soon in a couple of weeks. You guys might have saw that community post, and I have yet to tally up all the points on that video, but that video will be coming out, and I'll be riding rides on that video. I'll be up here by myself for that video as well. Another thing is, when I come up with my family, we're usually here from 8 a.m. when the park opens until roughly 6 to 7 p.m. But whenever I come up here by myself, generally speaking, I try to get out of the park by 1 p.m. at the latest. The reason for that is that rush hour begins around 2:30 in the afternoon, and I want to get home before then if I can. It's usually about an hour and a half minimum to an hour 45 minutes on average to get home. So 1 o'clock is like the latest that I can leave without hitting traffic. So if I come up here during the week, I'm usually here from 8 to 1, filming about 5 hours. And then I have that hour and a half drive up and back, 3 hours. So it's kind of like a normal 8-hour day, if you will. Whenever I do that, 5 hours of filming, 3 hours of traveling. And I know it's not, some people still have that hour and a half commute, and then they have 8-hour days. But that's just a typical filming day if I come up by myself. versus when I come up with my whole family. And yeah, nothing else really to do here today until the food later. So gonna go check up with, figure out where Amy and the kids are. And then this will be probably the last check-in for you guys here inside the park. Now we're gonna go back home and see what happens afterwards. And now we're back at home again. And a little bit of editing magic. I actually filmed this about 5 minutes after the beginning portion. So, you can do all sorts of fun things with editing. A lot of the times I'll film intros like at different times than I film the rest of the video. And then of course the intro just gets slotted in at the beginning and the end. In fact, I'll oftentimes film intros and outros in the exact same spot, in the exact same time. Yes, I know, the magic is ruined. But anyhow, we are back now, and we're getting ready to edit a video. And the video that I am going to be editing on camera for you guys is actually a San Diego Zoo video that we filmed yesterday, being Saturday, September 7th, I believe was the date. And this is a video that we just went to go and have fun as a family. Spend time getting out of the heat. It's 105 degrees outside right now. 80-something over at the San Diego Zoo. Significantly cooler than it is here in El Cajon, where we live. East County, San Diego is what we call it. They separate San Diego County into 3 different quadrants. You have North County, you have South Bay, and we have East County. And we live in what we call East County, El Cajon. It's inland, about a half an hour, far away from the water, so we do not get the coastal breezes. Very, very hot here. Anaheim tends to be about the same temperature as it is here. So Anaheim is also in the hundreds of degrees right now. That's why we canceled our plans to go to Disney yesterday and instead went to the San Diego Zoo. But what's going to happen here is that you might have recalled a couple of weeks ago I talked about this thing when we put out the panda video, that not always do these videos perform very well. I used to do a lot more vlogs where we would just go to the zoo or SeaWorld or wherever and we just film our day. And there was no strategy, there was no tips, there was no planning, there was no, none of that stuff. We just went, we just filmed our day. And that's kind of how we got our channel started, if you will. But as we've grown and as we've developed, these videos perform a little less well than other videos like tip videos and ride videos and food videos and construction updates and that sort of thing. Of course, all the planning related content is what you guys want to see when you're planning your upcoming trips. So we have started to film less these San Diego Zoo day type videos. And what this has led to is a couple of people asking us, when are you going to go back? When are you going to go back? Well, I tell them we do go, I just don't film them anymore. Somebody said, well, what you should do is if you still go, just film it and then put that video as a members only video. And I thought that was a great idea. Someone else suggested creating a second channel, but honestly, I don't have the bandwidth to focus fully on a second channel at this time. And all that goes involved with building a second channel to the point where the video could be monetized. And of course, what I'm doing, and I've made a video about whether or not going to Disneyland was my full-time job before in the past. And it is. It is my full-time job. And so I have to make money to feed my family. And that means that I can't start a new channel and put little to no effort into it and it not even be able to be monetized. Because you can't be monetized on YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They might have actually lowered that to 500 subscribers. But, maybe that would come relatively quickly. I don't know. But what I'm going to start off doing, maybe we'll move to a second channel later on, but what I'm going to start off doing is we have this membership here on the channel, on YouTube. It's basically like Patreon. That's what it is. It's YouTube's version of Patreon. They call it memberships. And for $5 a month, you can become a member of the SoCal Disney Dad family. And what that will do is it enables us to do some more paid experiences that we otherwise wouldn't do for ourselves. The money that you guys donate, I take and I pour into things like going to Oogie Boogie Bash, going to Star Wars Night, doing Goofy's Kitchen, building a lightsaber or a droid or whatever other paid experiences. Now, I want to go on Walt's Main Street story, Walt's Main Street Story, I think. One of the tours that they have, that's another thing that I want to do. And so there are these paid experiences that generally I like to save money. A lot of our videos are about how to save money and how you can be frugal at Disneyland. It's already so expensive. How do you save money? And that's just because that's who we are. We like to save money. So it's hard for us to spend money on these extra things. So what I do is I take the membership fees that you guys donate, and I use it not to fill our pockets, but to create content for you guys here on the channel. What I have not done with YouTube memberships yet is really make the memberships have anything tangible to the actual members themselves. I've just kind of created it like a tip jar, if you will, right now. Those who want to donate can donate. I do promise priority replies to comments, and that means whenever I see the little castle that pops up next to your name, because you are a member, I do try to respond to your comments. I'll give a heart to let you know that I read it. I won't always click hearts on everybody's videos or everybody's comments, because I do read most of the comments. But on our members, I want to at least acknowledge that if you just said something like, hey, thanks for the video, I want to acknowledge that I saw your comment, and so I will click a heart. If you guys ask a question, I make sure that your question gets answered, or even if you just make a comment like, oh, that cheesy garlic pretzel bread looked so good, I'll say something along the lines of, oh, it was amazing, you have to try it on your next visit. And usually on those types of comments where they just say, hey, the cheesy garlic pretzel bread, that was really good, a lot of the times I'll read it and I'll scroll on by, because I'm getting to the stage where when we get hundreds of comments on a video, I could spend hours responding to everybody, and it's just again, time that I don't have. I used to be able to do that, and so I give priority replies to our YouTube members. But that's really all that I've done as far as membership goes. And so what I want to start doing is once or twice a month, I want to create some videos from places that we go, like the zoo, the safari park. Maybe we're going to Coronado for a walk, or maybe we're going to Seaport Village or Old Town here in San Diego, just places that we go locally to spend some time as a family. And I'm just going to film those. I used to film them anyway, so it's not like it's extra filming. I used to do them. I just decided not to because those videos started performing poorly. They were content that most of you didn't want to see. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them as member-only videos. And I will make a public post as well that, hey, a video drop for members only. If you want to see it, you can feel free to donate and go and watch that. The concerns that some of you had was that it kind of gatekeeps this, that some of you won't be able to watch these videos because now it's behind a $5 a month fee. And the thing with that is these videos, they're not important videos, okay? They are fun videos, just purely fluff, okay? There's no tips, there's nothing like that. It's just us going and spending the day. Yeah. I don't know. I know some people like to watch just family content, but it's not what performs well on the channel. I know the large, vast majority of you want to see Disneyland tips or things related to Disneyland. And so if you want to see the other things, you can consider becoming a member to the channel. There's a link down in the description where you can join and become a member, and you'll be able to see those videos as we put them out. And again, I'll let you know via community post when something like that does happen. Now, to the editing process, I did say that we were going to be looking at the San Diego Zoo video that we just created here. And so what I did is I transferred all of my clips to my laptop, and then I just dropped them here in my editing software, which is iMovie. That's the one that I tend to use here. And let me actually set up a screen share or a screen record so that you guys can see this. QuickTime Player. This is how I do screen recording sometimes. And you're seeing it in action. I'm just going to go ahead and drag this all the way up to the top. I actually don't want to go that far. And then this will screen record this portion. So I hit record, and bam, now you see the screen fully on your screen here. But I'm still filming on my phone, mind you. I just have to sync this up later in post. Another editing trick, if you will. But so what you're seeing here is the first clip that I filmed. And I can scroll through it like this. But what I need to do is find the intro. And the intro is, actually, you know what? I don't think I did an intro for this video. That was another thing. Actually, this is the ending video you see right here. This is me telling you that I wasn't going to do an intro and that I wasn't going to do an official outro because this isn't an official video. It's just more like us going and having fun. It's extra content for you guys. What this video clip is, this is for the thumbnail. So I do create, I'm very intentional about my thumbnails a lot of the time. And so this little video is for the thumbnail, but I'm going to delete that because it's not going to make it into the whole video. Now I'm just going to scroll all the way back to the beginning. And what I'll often do when I'm editing, and I'm not going to actually edit this video, I'm just going to show you kind of what I do. I zoom in, and you see this dead space here at the beginning of the clip. That dead space is the couple of seconds that it takes for me to start talking. There's actually a name for this called the millennial pause, I guess. It's very frequent and common amongst millennials like myself. The younger generation just hits play and starts talking immediately, trusting that the camera will begin to immediately work. However, I found in the past that if I do that, the first word of what I was saying gets maybe clipped off sometimes. So I usually just push the button and then I'll start to speak. But when I edit, what I want to do is clip this. So I pushed a keyboard shortcut that separates this portion from the latter portion, and then I can just cut that out. So you guys don't have that pause there at the beginning. And then what I'll do is I'll watch this whole video through myself. I watch it in real time, and this is kind of, you can hear it talking. And again, this is why I don't want to, I'm going to mute my laptop here. I don't want to have this on in the background because it'll make it hard to hear. But you see that line going across, it's playing in real time. I'll watch it, and then if there are any mistakes or anything that I didn't mean to say, I'll cut that out. Like a lot of the times, and I mean a lot of the times, I have to take multiple takes. Unless I'm doing some talking like this, which is very off the cuff. See, there we go, off the cuff. See, now in a regular video, I would have cut that out and I would have said it again and that sort of thing. And then you guys wouldn't have even known that I made that mistake. However, I'm going to leave it in for this video just because it's more educational than not. But during the editing process, there's a lot of work that goes into actually editing a video. So let's go back to the editor for a moment. Now, here in the editor, there are a couple of things that we need to look at. So these are all my individual files for this particular video. But then I also have sound bites that are part of my video. Like the swish at the beginning, whenever we go from the intro into the regular video, that swish is actually not built in anywhere. I had to bring in that swish from an outsourced audio thing. And then what I'll do is I'll drag it in here and then it'll go swoosh. And that part, that's in there. I also have other sound effects that I use occasionally on different types of videos. Sometimes there's musical backgrounds, although I don't use those as much anymore. I still leave them in here. Of course, we have my like and subscribe thing. And yeah, it's just on a black background right now as you see it. But if I drag it down here, what it does is the black is actually a transparent background, so it's just showing black. But down here, you can see it on top of the video itself. So I have those little things that I drag in. Here's my old intro video. I used to have this old intro video. Actually, this is the shortened version of the old intro video. I only use that sparingly nowadays, not so much anymore, but yeah, I do have the old logo intro and so forth. Then I also got a whole bunch of like audio zingers that come pre-built into the app that we could go through. I don't use these all that often, but titles. Now this is one that I use all the time. Split lower third. This is the one that I use for pretty much everything. I type in whatever I'm going to type in here, and then it will, it'll come out just like that. And then I can make the duration longer if I want, that sort of thing. And then I also have another one that I use for often like text whenever I have to just write something, like write a message like, it was 95 degrees and I forgot to mention that, something like that. I'll put it usually in text down there in the bottom right hand screen there, just like that. So there is some editing that is obviously involved. We do a lot of clipping, like I said, cutting off the beginning portions here, videos, and deleting them. A lot of that happens. So again, I don't want to like belabor all the editing process here. I'm not fancy with my editing. I have a very simple editing software. The editing process. What else can I say about the editing process? Oh, you want to know how long it takes me? So usually a good rule of thumb is twice as long as my raw footage. So if I have an hour and a half raw footage, 3 hours is how much it's going to take me to edit the video. And that's just the editing process. If we are, if we're talking, what are we talking? See, sometimes I have brain farts and this happens. And I'm going to leave it in the video. I'm going to leave it. Maybe. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh. The 3 hours, if you will, is just what I call a straight edit. That is, there is absolutely no B-roll involved. What is B-roll? It's extra footage that I, one, have to go find, because I do have all of that footage on a hard drive. I have one big master hard drive that I occasionally will copy onto a second master hard drive, just in case the first master hard drive breaks. But I have this master hard drive with everything that I've ever filmed. I mean, everything that I've ever filmed. And then I organize things, and I guess I should show you this. Let me go get it, and I'll show it to you. All right, so here what you're looking at is my YouTube footage external hard drive, as I call it. So we got a whole bunch of stuff in here, but let's focus on the Disneyland one. So I have Disneyland labeled by old trips, and these are things that I have from before I was a vlogger. So in here, I have old photos from old trips. And yeah, the photos necessarily aren't really all that great. Look at that photo. Whoa. Yeah, sometimes these photos are not that great. They're not that involved, but I keep everything. Oh, there's baby James. I keep everything just so that we have it in case I ever think like, oh, I need that. And then I have it split up into rides. And so in the rides category, we have Disneyland and we have DCA. And in here, I have all my ride footage. And every now and again, I update this. But a lot of the times, it's sometimes older footage. Like this one's from 2021. And here's one from 2023. And here's some from 2024. So I do have footage from different time periods. Whenever I film full ride footage, I'll come drop it in here. And I can use this for B-roll later on. And then I have dining reviews. I don't really do dining reviews of each of the restaurants anymore. I used to go to like just Galactic Grill, and I'd make a video on Galactic Grill's food. And now we have whole videos with like a whole bunch of different places. But that was back in the day. That was 2021. Food locations, this is a big one. This is where I have all my food footage. And inside each of the restaurants, I lately, not always, like you see the churro carts here or classic snacks, but I'll have the restaurants split into the type of food that I've purchased. And each of these folders have food items in them with footage for me to go and grab. So I try to keep things very organized. I even have a Mickey-shaped things. So a list of Mickey-shaped treats and everything that I've purchased. And I keep track of the things that I've purchased, that I'm always trying new things, getting more footage for future videos for you guys. And then we have some shows, and I've got footage of shows and characters. I also have lists of characters and characters that I've seen in the park. And I mean, this is a full long list of characters. And yeah, these are all footage of live characters that I've seen in the park. Here's Groot. There he is. There's Groot doing a meet and greet. So, you know, I've got all of that split up and separated here on my hard drive. But then I have it by year too, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. And I mean, look at the videos that I did for Disneyland in 2021. There's like, what, maybe 20 there? Then look at 2024 so far. Much, much larger. 2023, same thing. Lots and lots of videos we created. And all of my footage is here. Absolutely everything is kept and is here. So when I think of something that I need for B-roll, sometimes I have to go hunting for it. And that means that, oh, what video did I film that in? I think I filmed that in our ride challenge video, DCA ride challenge from March. And then I've got to go through and I've got to scroll and I've got to look for that clip that I'm looking for. you can quickly see how the video editing process gets a lot longer when B-roll is involved. And a lot of the more in-depth, some of my more in-depth videos, like the ride guides and the food guides that I put out at the beginning of the year, so there will be more food guides and ride guides coming out in January of 2025, getting you all prepped for the 2025 season. And those food guides and ride guides, they take me upwards of 12 hours to edit. And during that time of the year, I'm also usually pumping out one video a day throughout the week, Monday through Friday, 5 videos a week, in order to get all the content out for you guys in a timely manner that it is useful as you get ready for 2025. And so there are times where I am working from the moment that I wake up to the moment that I go to bed several days in a row with just breaks for lunch and dinner. That is all I am doing, and it is crazy. It is insane. It is a lot of work. I mean, even today, it's a Sunday right now, okay? A Sunday, and I am filming because I have a busier schedule this week, and I've got things going on in the evenings when I would typically do prep work. A lot of the prep work that I talked about earlier, that prep work to get ready to film a video, I'll usually do that prep work after the kids go to bed, but before I go to bed, before I go to a theme park the next day. And so, maybe like 8 to 11 o'clock or something like that, I'm doing prep work in the evening. And I can't do that tomorrow, Monday, to get ready to go to Tuesday. So I need to do my prep work today. And so I'm working today. I'm also filming this video that I'm going to edit tomorrow on Monday to get ready to get published on Monday for you guys at 3 p.m. And so, there's a lot of the times I'll do work ahead of times. And this video is going really long, and I'm going to pull a thing that we haven't done since my Disneyland Mistakes video. And that is, if you are still watching, let me know down in the comments that you're still watching, because I'm curious. Are you finding this video interesting? Or is it boring you? And if it's boring you, you're probably not here to hear me talk about it. But I know that this is a lot of technical details, but you wanted to know about the day in the life of putting, a video together for a Disneyland vlogger. Well, this is what it looks like. It's not necessarily how I spend my day, like with my family. We're just talking about making a video. Maybe if you guys enjoyed this one, we'll do an at-home video for the family. Kind of like one of those family vloggers where it's like, oh, we went to Costco today and we bought this and we came back and we're going to feed the cat now. I have no idea. I don't really watch those types of videos. But if you want to see one just to get to know a little bit more about us, maybe that's a video that we put as a membership-only video. Because I don't know that would really perform well on the channel. I'm going to gauge whether that video would perform well on the channel based on how well this video performs. So if you are enjoying this video and you want to see stuff like this, again, remember to comment on the videos. Remember to hit the like button. Remember to share the videos, if you can. I don't know if you want to share this video with somebody else or not. But when there's engagement on the video, you liking, you commenting, it tells YouTube that people are enjoying this video. And then YouTube experiments showing this video to other people as well. And so, that's it, I guess. That's kind of an abrupt ending to this video, but that's the editing process. There, I have to come up with the idea and then do the prep work. I have to go to the park and I have to film it. And then we have to get home. I've got to upload all my footage to my computer, put it in the editing software, edit. Oh, I did leave out one step. I got to create the thumbnail, and then I actually have to upload the video to YouTube. And there's a whole bunch of metadata that goes involved. Now, that part really would start to bore you guys. But I use Adobe Photoshop to create the thumbnails. And I was, a graphic designer / marketing specialist before doing YouTube. And so I have a background in stuff like creating thumbnails. If you do not have a graphic design background and you're trying to start a YouTube channel, I would not recommend that you do it yourself. Just because, I guess you have to get good somehow. You got to learn. And making thumbnails could be an expensive. Actually, I've never looked at how much it costs to have somebody else make you a thumbnail. But I've seen some really bad thumbnails, and oftentimes it's from people who have no idea what they're doing. Getting to the point where we did now actually was a progressive process that I had to learn and experiment. I mean, go look at some of my older videos. Okay, you can see my thumbnails from my oldest videos. It actually, even with my background in graphic design and things, it took me a while to really hone and develop and come into my feel of thumbnails. And yeah, now we've got a style that, in fact, I broke from the style with the panda video from the San Diego Zoo a couple of weeks ago, and I did a split test with one that was my style and one that I thought was a bit more maybe minimalistic, creative. It was using one of their promos that they have, like one of their billboards that they have around town. And yeah, it just didn't perform as well because I don't think people immediately recognized it as being one of my videos. So you have to like create a look that says, hey, that's a SoCal Disney Dad video. Hey, that's an Ordinary Adventures video. Hey, that's a Hey Bricky video. You know, something like that. Hey, that's a Chris Provost video. You know, stuff like that, that when you take a look at it, you're just scrolling through and it's like, oh, there's my favorite YouTuber. I'm going to go watch that video. Anyhow, I did say that we were ending this video, and I promise we actually are now. Yeah, like I said before, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know down in the comments if you got questions, you got video ideas, you got anything that you want to say that can be encouraging about doing future content like this. I appreciate it very much so down in the comments. Again, I will read every single one of them. I may not always respond. At least I try to read every single one of them. Again, as we get bigger, this video just keeps going on and on. I've like tried to wrap it up like 3 times now, but I just keep talking. As I get bigger, YouTube doesn't always show me every single comment now either. And so if you do ask a question and I don't respond to that question, I apologize. Drop that question in the next video or the next video until I see it. I promise I will see it. I will answer you. I love to answer questions. Okay, I love to answer questions. In fact, here's another thing. I've thought about starting a Facebook group. I'm going to ask you guys again. If I started a Facebook group that was like Disneyland questions answered or Disneyland tips and questions with SoCal Disney Dad, would you join the Facebook group where you can ask questions and SoCal Disney Dad himself, that's me, will join the conversation and ask or answer your questions. But the community as a whole, if we can grow the community to have, you know, quite a few people in it, they'll be able to answer those questions as well. So, you know, we'll maybe, I know the thing is, there's tons of Facebook groups that are already like that. So I don't know if there's an interest for that, but maybe it's the idea that I would be there answering your questions. I don't know. If that's something that's appealing, go ahead and let me know. Now, for real this time, I'm going to sign out. Here's the little button, the video for you to click to keep watching something else that's here on my channel. Keep watching. It makes it so that YouTube likes me. Thank you. Bye.